pizza rolls.
Pizza rolls or
And
just
cooler. It needs a cooler.
chimichangas, right? As like chimichangas on the go.
Yeah, chimichanga comes out. It's a dispenser, and it's got a.
You realize we're live, and you
Yeah, I
guys
know.
are talking about
The
food.
Flex Snack Pack, the new lunchtime version with a drink holder and a chimichanga tray. That's what I'm talking
That
about.
sounds awesome.
It does
And
sound
we haven't
awesome.
even hit lunch at SEMA yet. It is day one, and we're already talking about lunch.
I know, I'm getting hungry.
So day one, we're here in the Rad Company booth, as you can plainly see. We're here with Anthony.
I
one
gotta
and
go
only.
to the other side.
There you go.
Ta-da.
So what have you got in here for a car this year? You just got this little Ferrari thing.
Yeah, sorry. So this is Tavarish's. He's a YouTuber, right? We always get one of his cool cars from one of his YouTube series, and so this was his manual swap Ferrari Scuderia. I think that's how you say it, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm
I
not
don't know Italian.
but
Scootery.
Scootery.
It's a scooter. It's a Ferrari scooter. This is the only scooter they've ever built, and it's like those little scooters you ride around town. You put a credit card in the back, and then you can drive it till it dies.
Exactly. So it's manual swap. So it's like one of the first manual swap ones. So basically, normally has paddle shifters, right? So he threw a 6-speed transmission. It's gated. It's super cool. But apparently, these cars are not designed to be manual swap because of the way that the hydraulic pressure works when shifting gears in the transmission. So he actually burned through the first gear synchro almost immediately. So he has to drive this thing in second gear, and so it's just constantly revving in the turning radius because it has like an F1 steering rack in it. So you turn the steering wheel and the wheel just goes just barely.
Man.
So yeah, no, it's like 50-point turns. So we have that in the booth, which is really exciting. It's obviously it's beautiful. It's really good.
It's gorgeous car.
So we're happy to have that. And really, I mean, we're here this year to party and preach the gospel of premium microfiber towels and DTI products as usual.
Well, and you got quite the lineup right on Rod's shoulder there.
I know. There's a lot of people put their hands on those towels. I don't know if
there's a
you'll be
lot of
rubbing-
stuff.
There's gonna be a lot of people.
So
rubbing
some
their
of my
faces on
favorite
those towels.
ones are it's the drying towel. This right here, it actually has so much weight, and it's like what 1,300
15.
1,500
It's called the 1500.
1,500, and then there's the gauntlet, and you guys have just got. I mean, the drying towels. I think they're cool. I don't know why. It's just a nerdy thing. It's because they're small.
Yeah.
And you expect something that gets that much water to be this huge thing, but they're little tiny guys, and you just they're cool.
We're able to kind of make them more and more compact, nowadays, which is nice because, we can increase the GSM or we can change the weave style and just make them just way more efficient in the long run. And so I'd say I was just talking to a guy just a minute ago, and because he was asking, what's some of the most popular towels, and I said, really, drying towels are always going to be a big seller for us because that's one of the most frustrating things when it comes to whether you're washing your car yourself or you're leaving a touchless wash or you're leaving a full-on, brush wash, but you want to clean up the spots afterwards. A drying towel is always the thing you don't want to skimp out on because it's frustrating when you're cleaning things up with a 16 by 16 terry weave and you go, oh, it's saturated, it's just smearing stuff. You want to have something that's really absorbent.
Well, and this is what they call twisted loop, so you can actually see the raised fibers. And the really cool thing about that is that's those fibers, the taller they are, if you think about it scientifically, those fibers are collecting the water. And that's why you take something like a towel like this isn't terry, but if you take, this is just one of the utility towels, but that's those fluffy, really super fluffy towels, they're not going to be absorbent. That's not what they're designed to do. These are designed to catch as much water on those fibers as possible.
Correct. Yeah.
And that is why they're designed that way. So if you're wondering why they have this tall nap feeling to them, it's because they're designed for drying. They're not as soft, but they're not. That's because of by design. And so the thing that I like about the Rad Company is you guys are always totally nerding out on towels. It's like, check out this towel. It's this awesome thing, and we're just like, a lot of these are like, it's just a towel. I'll just go buy it at the big C store. Well, no, don't, because they're just buying some crap off the, that they're ordering in, and these guys actually nerd out on it. It's awesome.
Yeah, I don't know if you'll find people that are as passionate about towels. There's actually a few people in this building right here. I'll give a shout out to Ian over at Auto Fiber as well, because he nerds out as well about towels with us, and we can nerd out together. We might be competitors, but we're still friends. And so, but we really do. I mean, we generally just we love creating new towels and we love using towels. And if you looked at my stacks and my bins at home, how many towels I have, it's far too many for one person. I shouldn't have that many towels, right? But it's because I use them and I go through them constantly. And I think that here in the next year, we're going to have some new towel creations that we're working on, which are exciting. We're not launching anything major here this year, but we have our Rip and Rag XLs, which is kind of the new Rip towel roll,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I was just
Yep.
telling somebody else about kind of how nice those can be, especially when it comes to like ceramic coating applications or just general like cleaning, right? Like I got my wife. I got her own roll, right? That we just keep in her, one of her cleaning baskets, and she uses that all the time. They're super affordable and really cost efficient. But for everybody else, I just tell people if you're trying to get into rag cleaning products or you're trying to experience this stuff for the first time, you can't go wrong with buying a Gauntlet drying towel, a 1500 or a liquidator for drying. I tell people that the Eagle Edgeless are amazing for like an ultra flush, quick detailing towel, waterless wash, and then if you
gotta have the glass
and then hold
towel.
on,
I'm
and then-
sorry, you gotta have the glass
and then the
towel.
glass towels. So glass towels, I'd probably say start at the FTW, right? But start at the FTW because that's going to be a towel that was for the windows that we designed it for. But it's just good for so many other things. So those are kind of like some of our big hitters. Everything in the line is really good, and we love all of our towels equally. But we want people to have like the best first experience.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Eagle 500. Edgeless, fabulous. I buy a lot of that. It's weird, but this just basically this utility one.
Mhm.
I put one of those in every single one of my kids' cars.
Yeah.
Or wiping
Oh,
off
yes.
spills or the windshield, just whatever. It's a good utility towel that's not going to damage things. If they wanted to wipe off their instrument cluster, it's not going to scratch it. So, as opposed to having a bunch of paper towels and napkins and Taco Bell shoved in the this stuff is there. For the money, it's so unbelievably affordable. You can wash them.
But if you
You
get in
get
this
some
whole show
riches, you can wash them up, and they're good to go again. And so we use these all over our house.
this is
Dusting rags,
this
house,
is
and
basically
it's crazy. Some of the first things that Carolyn and Jeff did were cosmetic towels. We still have them, but the cosmetic towels. My daughters love them. They absolutely
I know
love
what you're talking about.
them.
Like the facial towels,
the
and
facial
for
towels
the
and
makeup
stuff like
remover,
that.
makeup removal towels.
They're
also
they're
had-
fabulous.
Yeah, we for a while there because we had kind of a good variety of like cleaning towels for just general purpose cleaning, detailing towels. Then we also had stuff for like facial makeup removal, all sorts of stuff like that. Just cosmetic in the cosmetic world. We kind of started backing away a little bit from the cosmetic stuff just because really detailing is our bread and butter.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
I keep saying how many requests I still get from people to say, hey, when are you guys gonna make those makeup removal towels again? When are you gonna do that again? And I understand because they were really useful and they last a long time. So really, microfiber can last as long as you continue to maintain it.
This
clean
towel
it, use the appropriate rags versus like or a microfiber towel that a dedicated one or a
actually the
pre-included
way
version.
this
And
this weave
you
is
don't-
done. It's like
you
a
shouldn't be having
crosshatch
to go
weave.
through
This patent, it's called
hundreds of
the
thousands of
gauntlet.
towels. I mean,
No,
if you buy the good stuff once, it'll stick around for a while.
Yeah, and if you don't throw it on the ground,
This is
or wipe
another
off
one.
your
So for people that like
your
your
garage,
But
that's the thing is, people don't understand. Like, oh, I don't want to spend that kind of money. And I'm like,
which feels awesome.
Mine
This gets wet and it gets pretty heavy. Like I actually like that one. This one's kind of in between. So this one's a liquidator. This one's like a
now that's a
1200
rag
GSM.
for cleaning up.
So those are kind of our three primary
It's
drying
the
towels.
inside of the wheels on a car that's not a Ferrari. It
You
is.
know what I mean?
It is whatever. It's I cut my finger and I need something
GSM
really
is kind of
close.
like it's grams per
Whatever the
So
need
it's
is.
almost
I
like
use.
how thick the
Honestly,
towel is, right?
people
So
ask me that
you
I'm
can lift
like,
that one and feel like, oh yeah, that's okay.
You have these
Towel, right?
these great
Opposed
utility
to something
towels.
like
I'm
this.
I use the first thing.
This
Stained
is
board
like 500
they're
GSM.
fabulous
So you kind of feel
because
the
they're not.
difference between that,
The
right?
one thing that I love about GSM.
Yeah, right. Well, and that's the weave is what
Shake
gives
the
it that,
towel
right?
fibers.
We don't like little lint.
We don't like it.
Yeah,
No
it's not
lint.
good.
So
Yeah.
that I love that because I hate the lint. I hate it. So I really enjoy the fact that that's one of his pet peeves as well. Just everything.
No, it's,
You guys,
yeah, they're awesome.
54193.
Yep.
We're right here. I mean, you guys are like
We're about midway down
Midway
West
down
Hall.
there.
Just a little over midway.
There's the right company. Yeah,
Right,
there's
company, whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Look for that and come down to the West Hall. It's actually really awesome in the West Hall. There's like free coffee in the mornings and then
check out our YouTube
it's
In the bathrooms in the best here. Don't spread that. Don't tell
Don't
everybody.
tell anybody.
It's a secret. It's like their best kept secret here, but the West Hall bathrooms are the best bathrooms.
That's great.
So thank you guys. I
Thank
really
you
appreciate
so much
you
for
guys
having
being
me.
here.
I just have one question, right? You're always talking about the YouTuber's car.
Yeah.
When are we bringing in your YouTuber. I mean, you are a YouTuber. I mean, everybody knows who you are. You're famous.
He's got some motorcycles.
I got a few things. I don't know. Maybe someday.
Yeah, you bet, man. Hey, good to meet you.
My
Enjoy the
cars
show.
are just they're
Brian?
just clean, and the paint is I
nice
think it's looking nice, but I've never like made like a show car, so maybe that will be a goal down the road is
That'd be
to
fun.
make a show car, and maybe eventually it'll be a booth somewhere. So
That'd be
we'll see.
cool.
But
So,
thank you guys for stopping by, and I hope to see some of you guys watching. Stop by.
Absolutely. Go out, like, and subscribe both the Rad Company and the Road FS podcast. And follow these guys. If you don't, you're kind of crazy.
Yeah, they're
You don't know who
everywhere.
they are,
So
you're
they're the leaders in the
rock.
industry.
And we'll be around all week long. Don't forget to tip your waiters and wait staff.